Hello and welcome to another skill of the week. Today we are going to be talking about tints and shades when painting. When you are making a tint of a color, you are adding white to that color. So we're going to be working with green and then we're going to be adding white to it. When we're making a shade, we're adding black to that color. Okay, so we're just using basic tempera paints. Okay, this one is Crayola, the white is Prang, and my green is also Crayola. So I just use a basic brush and we're just practicing. So I've got kind of a stiff piece of watercolor paper. Okay, so you want to have a cup of water also so that you can rinse out your paintbrush each time you create something, and a paper towel so you can wipe that off. So we're going to start with our green, so that's going to be our basic tone. Okay, and we're just going to paint a little, kind of a little square. Okay, now the easy thing about this is since it's all going to be in greens, I can make all of my tints first and then rinse my brush out and then make my shades. So we're going to add a little of this white, just a touch of it, over here to the corner, and then we're going to add a little bit of our green to it. And actually I think I probably added a little bit too much white, but we'll see. Okay, you just want to mix it in a small section. And then you're going to paint it just a little bit below. Now it looks like it's above in your picture, but just a little bit below your basic green. So it looks like that. Okay, you can see that it's slightly changed in color. Okay, then we're going to go to the edge of that white again. We're going to grab a little bit of white. I'm just adding a touch of it to my paintbrush and mix it into the green that's already there. I don't have to grab more green or anything like that. Make sure it's completely mixed up so that you don't have any of that previous color in there. Okay, and then we're going to just paint that beside our previous color. So now you can see it's changing slightly in color, just little by little. I don't know if it's as visible, if the light's on it good enough. And then again, we take from the white and we mix it into what we have. Because see, we're just lightening that particular green. I probably poured a little bit too much green in this spot because I really didn't need that much. Okay, so we're just keeping it pretty contained. And then we're going to paint that right beside it. Now you can see it's really starting to lighten up. It's kind of turning a minty green. Okay, take from the white again, and we're just going to continue in this manner all across the page. Notice that I'm just keeping it in this corner. I want to keep it as contained as possible, just so it's less the cleanup at the end. Notice that I'm rolling my paintbrush around. It's just to try to get as much of that original green color out of this top part where the ferrule meets the bristles as possible. Okay, now I've really got a lot of paint here, so I'm just going to take some of that paint and I'm going to move it over to this side because I'm just getting too much to deal with. And then grab another batch of white. And we could just keep taking this lighter and lighter and lighter. You can see that it's really moving along, getting lighter and lighter. Let's see how light we can get this. Okay, gotten it pretty light, but it seems now that it's not getting too much lighter. I'd probably have to transfer this color into another section, and we could just keep going and going, and we'd have lots and lots of colors there. So I'm just going to rinse out my brush, get it as clean as I can, and just wipe it off as much as possible, because we still are working with green. We just don't want any of that white in there. So now we're going to move some of this green over, and we're going to add a touch of black to it. Now it's going to be quite different because the black is much more powerful, so it's probably going to get dark pretty quickly. And we'll put it above. Ooh, yeah, that really got dark quick. So I could have probably used a little bit less of the black and had a little bit less of a change. Okay, so I'm going to stir that in really, really good. Okay, another touch of black. Make sure I don't have too much, but I want to get enough that it changes in color. I think on your screen it looks darker than what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm going to wipe some of this paint out because it looks like it's way too light. So now we're going to get a little bit more. See, and it got dark really fast. Okay, I don't know if you can see if the light is showing very well, but it, so we can tell. Okay, I'm seeing it looks, when I look at my screen, it looks way darker. Okay, now if I point it up to the light a little bit, you can see that it's continuing to get darker. It doesn't take very long to get to that really deep dark green shade. Anytime you're adding black, you are going to get quite a bit deeper tone much faster than adding the white creates the tint. Okay, so I think that's as far as I can take it before it just turns pure black. Okay, so there are your tints and shades with green, and you can do that with any color. And remember that you just add white to create a tint and black to create a shade.